None shall stand in my way.
Hello everyone, this is John Crate, and we are back in Rogue Trader. So we still have some loose ends to tie up here on Footfall at the moment.
This place has so many colors. Every shade I can imagine is floating in the air.
Well, there's goods down
Colors,
that
you
way.
say? Next, she'll be asking us to take her on a tavern crawl. Spare me.
Oh, be nice.
I'm still new to the art of exploring.
Follow my lead.
Justice
Medicaid.
preordained.
Okay, we can go in here. Poor sap who got his his tongue cut out by the embers. I think he was from the Casbelica. Well, his troubles are over now. Oh, I take it he killed himself.
I did fine. I'll lay claim to the stars.
Others do not.
Master-crafted power mall. Ryza. Woman looks to be in her 40s, and she is surveying you with interest. Her right eye appears almost black against her dusty skin, while her left emits a greenish light filtered through a smudged lens of a prosthesis. Her shoulders are tattooed all the way from the base of their shoulders to their knuckles. Looking for something specific? You're buying, or maybe selling? Don't be shy, just ask. Old Ryza knows all kinds of folks. My boys will fetch you anything your heart desires. I know you. John Craticus. Who would have thought a high flyer such as yourself would ever land in our neck of the woods? The audacious schemes you pulled off, they're the stuff of legend. You were already legendary. Even the Casbalica could learn a thing or two. For somebody like you, I'll offer only the best prices, the real deal. Grandpa Bakval says hello. That old rascal. I thought he'd croaked in the mines a long time ago, but old man Baskel's still alive and kicking, you say? Me and him have been through a lot of interesting scrapes together, and oh, the weird and wonderful things we've acquired. Bakval wouldn't send his regards along with just anyone. You must have done him a good turn. Because that old Rise is going to give you a special discount. Nice. Oh, this is the Fellowship of the Void, not the Casbalica mission. Let's see. Who are these boys you work with? You heard about the Clipper. You hear about the Clipper St. Cognatius got hit recently. The cargo was cleaned out, everything of value taken. Well, that was my boy's handiwork. We call ourselves the Fellowship of the Void. an association of enterprising, like-minded people who help the upstanding citizens of the Imperium rid themselves of the possessions that are weighing them down. You notice his face twist in disgust. Terribly noble of you. It's a heavy burden, but someone's got to shoulder it, don't they? I'm glad you see where I'm coming from. Let's see what you have to offer. This coat grants the wearer plus 10 parry reduction and plus 5 armor penetration for melee attacks. We'll take that. Medkits, of course. Sure. When the wielder attacks with any ranged weapon at a 1-cell range, the attack also inflicts bleeding. And a serrated greatsword. On a critical hit, this sword inflicts 1 stack of the laceration effect. For each stack of laceration, all attacks of this sword against the same target deal plus 10 damage. Interesting. We could also get these. We have enough. Thanks to our discount, we can afford a couple things here. We just gotta get them more stuff.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Oh, didn't even look for stuff to steal.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Good thing I came back. Because we can trade with any group through our high factotum, I believe. Once we've, met them.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Come on.
Operation successful.
It's about time.
Citizens. Yeah, this guy's got a name. Let's see. This flabby man in worn clothes is sighing sadly over a glass of murky booze. Only when he looks up at you, you notice his eyes, large, piercing, full of sorrow. Can it be that someone actually wishes to keep me company? Allow me to introduce myself. Gordy Skatov, architectural historian. What happened? Here I go again, pouring my heart out to have you disappear in 10 minutes, just like everyone else before you. But alright, here's the story of Gordy Skatov, the unluckiest historian in the Imperium. I was born 2 sectors away from here. My family was quite influential, which allowed me to dedicate myself to my great passion, the history of Imperium architecture. I spent a number of years studying every scholarly work there was to find on this art, and then, once I had inherited my family's fortune, I traveled and documented the development of architectural thought on different worlds, until one day I came into possession of something quite special. It looks like a book, or a handbook. Here it is, my undoing. This is an authentic booklet titled Dwayne's Design. One of the thousands that were printed centuries ago in the times of Footfall's construction. curious read. Please tell us more. Footfall's founder, Lord Parsimus, was obsessed with his creation's grand future. This booklet describes in detail what Footfall was meant to become upon its completion. Dozens of asteroids turned into glorious palaces and temples, massive bridges spanning the void itself, and the marvelous flying buttresses, the archivolts of the exterior arches, the elegant arrangement of balusters, and the interior Palaforos, 10 stories tall and more than a kilometer long. Cyclopean light tubes that catch the light of Forabundus and use it to brighten the halls and the hearts of the asteroids. Stained glass windows and mosaics, bas-reliefs, and statues. I apologize, I got carried away. But you must understand how deep an impression this booklet left on me and when my young self picked it up. I simply couldn't think about anything other than Footfall. It was ready to give my life just to see this incredible station. And of course, no matter how hard my friends and loved ones tried to dissuade me, I still gathered all my savings and set off on a journey. It's no easy feat to come across two sectors, especially with for the common citizen, albeit one who has some resources at his disposal. I had to change one ship after another, at times being forced to stay on transfer worlds waiting for vessels headed in the right direction or for warp disturbances to subside. The voyage took me a total of 107 years, in real space-time, of course. For me it was less than that, somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 or 35. But then, after all those years, having spent all my savings, I reached my dream. What do I see? A dump in place of the exquisite portico. Metal anthills clinging to the columns. The marble tiles pilfered by paupers to use as cladding in their hovels. It's been a dozen years since I came here, and I still haven't recovered from the shock. I'd suspected that not everything from the booklet would exist in reality, but I never suspected to see Footfall in such a sorry state. It was like stumbling upon the horrible and decomposing corpse of your beautiful beloved. So then ink and paper too can lie and cause pain. Does this mean that all I have ever read about will one day disappoint me with the ugliness of reality? Let's see. You're an architectural historian. Is what happened to Footfall not part of its history? Yes, Footfall's current appearance, slums fused together with the remains of majestic palaces, is a unique phenomenon. It would be curious to observe if other places have taken after it, thus solidifying it as a new style of architecture, or if it still remains a local oddity. My word, you certainly know how to provide an unexpected perspective on things. Be that as it may, I just wanted to say thank you for hearing me out. Over the dozen years I've spent on Footfall, not one person has hung around long enough to listen to my story to the end. Such a delight to have shared everything that's been weighing on my mind. I'm poor as a church mouse, but I still have something to offer you as a token of my appreciation. After studying the book thoroughly, I discovered something interesting. A ciphered message scattered throughout the pages, taking the form of a riddle. It described certain pieces of interest on Footfall. I believe it is the work of the booklet's creators. What if these riddles lead to something? A wondrous discovery? I'll gladly share what I have been able to learn with you. Riddles. Have you not tried to do it yourself? I have, of course, but I'm an old man who is blind in one eye, can barely move his legs. I never found anything, but that doesn't mean there's nothing to find. First location from the riddles isn't far from here. It's a bridge that was supposed to go through the center of the district and into the void toward the neighboring asteroid. Only a couple of its spans were built, and even those lie in ruins. Still, if the cache survived throughout those years, it's there somewhere. The second location is the lantern in the Great Cathedral. The lantern is a small tower on top of a dome. You've seen Footfall's atrium, haven't you? The whole atrium is just is just the nave of the former little cathedral. Lisia's entire so-called palace would have fit inside what was meant to be not but a single room. The great cathedral, had it been built, would have been even bigger, but alas, its construction was just getting underway when Dwayne died and the work stopped. The lantern from its dome, however, has already been built and survived. It was brought inside the atrium and dubbed the Chapel of St. Drusius the Warrior. That's all I know. I wish you good luck in your search.
A new challenge for me?
Rough day?
You have no idea.
I just might. That's the second bottle you've downed.
Jai Hidari. Falco sends his regards.
And what does that unholy scion of a Grox and a Brahan want from me this time? Oh, wait, I don't really care. My sole plans for tonight are drowning my grief in a sea of Amasak.
Who'll give you grief, all right? Get out!
Don't think so, Ashmag. And tell Falco to come himself next time.
Hidari, I am tired of your mess. Out! Get some sleep. We'll talk about settling up later.
Okti Shireen, light of my eyes. Can't you see my soul is full of sadness? Have you no heart at all? Let go of your material concerns and let me grieve in peace. Have we met somewhere before? Greetings, Shireen. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
I'm John
Well
Creedicus.
then, here's to our meeting. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that you're someone special, since you've been granted an audience with the Liege of Footfall himself. It's always a pleasure to make the acquaintance of someone powerful. And the timing couldn't be better. Jai Hidari at your service. Professional trader, shrewd commercial broker, and, may he steal my tongue if I'm lying, the most honest dealer on Footfall. Nonetheless, we all have our problems, and at times even one's many merits aren't enough to solve them. Perhaps it would be no trouble for a person with your kind of power and standing to assist someone with my kind of predicament.
Hey,
You
what do
see,
you need help
Shireen,
with?
there's one cardinal rule on Footfall. Anything goes as long as it doesn't get in the way of business. I'm someone who's been able to exploit that rule to the fullest. And in recent years, I've hit it so big, I've become a speck of sand in someone's green eye. They used to throw small wrenches into my dealings here and there. Well, now they've decided to really put their backs into it. Some rats stolen my cargo and dragged it off to the seediest part of the Shadow Quarters. A crummy place even for connoisseurs of Footfall's unique atmosphere. When I asked the Liege for protection, we had a mutual misunderstanding. I
the
believe
warehouse.
that I am, in a most lamentable fashion, has forgotten his duties as guardian of the downtrodden and wronged. So I'm in desperate need of a new one. And you, Shireen, fit the bill perfectly. All I need is for you to drop by one dark corner of Footfall Shadow Quarters and pound it into the thieves' heads that taking Hidari's property carries certain risks.
Let's see. She appears to be a serious operator on Footfall. 1 second here. Okay. The Liege's refusal to help means the loss of a potential ally, so Jay is encroaching on his turf. If Vladium is not responsible for the disappearances of Jay's cargo, he will certainly benefit greatly from it. Let's see. I suspect that Vladium wants to keep the cargo out of your hands, and I want to put him in his place. I wish to ask a few
Ask
questions
as
before I
many as you
decide.
wish, Shireen. Trust is the key to a successful endeavor.
What kind of cargo?
Goods of incredible rarity, Shireen. But it's not just that. 24 of my people lost their lives in the impenetrable emptiness of the void to acquire them. I cannot leave their families with nothing.
Ordinary smugglers do not dress so ostentatiously or behave so brazenly. They're unlikely to spoil the mood of the Liege of Footfall with their mere appearance. This woman lost many men to obtain these rarest of goods, and to get them back, she turned to Vladium, the patron of the gold trade. Her cargo can be nothing other than Xeno artifacts. Let's see. Are you asking an upstanding citizen to be party to the trafficking of Xeno
I thought we were on the
artifacts?
same page from the start, Shireen. Please accept my sincerest apologies if that is not the case, and allow me to explain myself. If I had told you directly, you would have become, shall we say, complicit. But since those illicit words did not escape my lips, you would hypothetically be agreeing merely to help me recapture a few containers. And if the Aji suddenly decided to thwart our plans, then all the Void Dogs would be unleashed on me alone. My sincerest wish was to protect you from any unnecessary trouble, Shireen. I swear, by the Exalted One.
What are
A
you
fair
offering?
deal, Shireen. If your heart desires, we'll split the recovered cargo 50-50. That will be fair. But if goods of incredible rarity do not interest you, then I'll make it worth your while with some bonds equal in value to a couple of full holds. Of course, I am aware that my personal means cannot compare to yours, Shireen, so I do not hope to impress you with money. But I can offer something else. My boundless knowledge. Surely you will appreciate the services of an expert on trading operations. Where I'm from, they call this kind of deal wisdom selling.
I'm starting to like her.
Your trade is heresy. Your every word and gesture reeks of vice. Vice is all you can peddle.
Prove your usefulness.
You truly know how to do business, Shireen. You demand payment before giving an answer because you're aware of the weakness of my position. I respect that. And I don't know if it's the alcohol talking or just a feeling I have, but I want to take that risk with you. True jewels are meant to be held in the hands of the worthiest, Shireen. Please, accept this humble gift.
Sharp shot, pain blocker.
May
Sure.
the Exalted One bless you and your progeny. Then here's what we'll do. We shouldn't be seen together before we make it to the safe house. I'll head there first. I'll take my own special route so I won't be spotted. Right. Here, that's where those ashmags are keeping the stolen cargo. Out the bar, over the bridge, and to the left. There in the depths you'll find a small courtyard, through which you can get to the place. I'll be waiting nearby. You can come when it suits you, but the sooner you do, the better. I'll see you then, Shireen.
Okay.
Victory
Pretty sure
awaits.
it's Pretty sure we're going back to that warehouse. Oh, and we can level up too, but let's talk to Octaviana. Welcome, the Adeptus Amassicus, sir. What can Octavia get you? You there. You should know that if I see one dead body around here, I'll be thrown out of my bar with a hole in your head. Your kind doesn't scare me, but I'm not about to let you ruin business by leaving corpses all over the room. Your being here is already making half my clients feel less thirsty. I have heard your threat. Do not fear, if I must kill someone here, you will not find the bodies. So what is this place? You're in the oldest watering hole in Footfall, sir. The Adeptus Amassicus is the only Adeptus one can find on Footfall. I'm Octaviana. I serve drinks, lend an ear, and, if it comes down to it, quiet the rowdy ones. Oops. Our business... Sitting at this bar often puts people in a talkative mood, blah, 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 blah. What about that woman that started a gunfight up at the bar? Why are you so interested? You looking into her or something? Apologies, sir. Hit with my big mouth. I guess that's why they broke my jaw so many times. Jay. You know, Jay's pretty great. She's made a name for herself here on Footfall. She's a woman who comes from nothing. She follows the unwritten rules of this place, and she doesn't walk all over weaker folk, and she drinks like a fish to boot. There's lots to respect. The sad thing is, it looks like she's got on the wrong side of Vladium. And since both of them, well, I guess all three of us have ties to the Kazbalika, there's no way out of this. Jay should get off Footfall while she still can. Better lose her business in her life. Very name. Odd name, the Adeptus Amasakis. What makes you say that? Do you know where you're standing? On the deck of the Martyr's Endurance, a sacred vessel that once belonged to the Adeptus Administratum. 100 years ago, the bureaucrats sent a ship here to establish a department, set up some kind of record-keeping, overhaul Footfall, make everyone here follow 1 billion laws to the letter. As you can see, it was the Martyr's Endurance and its inhabitants that got overhauled in the end. I don't know what happened to them, but the locals like to come here to make deals and count their money like before, in this temple of the Imperium's accountants. But over there, you can even see the signs have been preserved, partially. Let's see. Noon. Great place, and the name fits it perfectly. You like it? I'm flattered. It's not often that we get important visitors here, and it's even less often that they really appreciate the place. So how are things on Footfall? Haven't been to our fine station for a while, have you, sir? As per usual, it's never a dull moment. Either someone's getting shot in the square, or some rich guy's going on a safari hunt, on safari to hunt commoners in the Shadow Quarters. Sure, the Liege makes sure that the local shenanigans don't get in the way of business on the station, but what happens on the outskirts adds a little spice to our lives. We make do, but the real trouble is, with every passing day, it gets harder to find grub. I heard that some horrors are happening in the void outside Furibundus, but not all ships are making it here. And the Liege's old patrons don't seem to be in a hurry to help. He's taking a toll on Vladium's authority, and if his authority wobbles too hard, we'll have plenty of people lining up to take his place. Give me the latest. This one might interest you. A tale I heard from a tipsy Voidborn about a cargo barge. They exited a warp halfway between Furibundus and the Avorius system, came upon a shuttle wreck adrift. The shuttle was registered to the Inevitable Triumph, a merchant ship that disappeared decades ago. She was bound from Footfall, her cargo holds brimming with valuable goods, but she never made it. If anything at all have survived the shipwreck, it would be quite the lucky find. Here's another tidbit for you. Some poor sot was here bawling about his crew tossed out a whole shipment of cargo along with the trash, and it was his fault somehow. He hid the fact, and once they docked at Footfall, he immediately went on the run. No surprise there. Had they discovered his blunder, he would have been executed. I don't know what sort of cargo it was, but the ship he served on usually goes between Footfall and Winterscale's realm. She passes between Footfall she passes for the 100 Dreams crossroads and Langren's belt. If you happen in that area, you might want to look to see what that idiot chucked overboard. Been one thing after another lately. Figured I was due for some time. Give me a splash of local hooch, would ya? The alchemical composition of this substance is known to me, but never before have I come across such an unusual application. An exquisite path of martyrdom in the honor of the Omnissiah. The glass contains a liquid that is clearly made from spent promethium. This is moonshine, virtually unfiltered, that quickly blows the drinker off their feet and, when imbibed regularly, turns their liver into a bubbling sponge. Sure, do it. Liquid burns your tongue, then your throat, then your stomach. Takes your breath away, but after a few seconds, warmth spreads throughout the body, and your head feels a little lighter than usual. She licks her tongue in approval. That's the second time I've seen a noble drink the octane blend without wincing. But I won't offer you any more. I've got just the things set aside for such an occasion. She grabs a dusty, unopened bottle from under the bar and clean glass. The amber liquid splashes against the crystal walls as she adds in a couple of black pebbles. The soft, spicy aroma tickles your nostrils. I'm the second person to do that. First was Caligos Winterscale. That's right, the head of the House Winterscale himself used to come here often. Impressive guy. True, he used to come. True, whenever he and his officers came through the door, the locals would find themselves a hole to hide in. Drinks weren't the only thing his lordship liked knocking back. If someone so much as looked at him funny, he'd paint the walls red. Drink. The Amasec warms your throat pleasantly. You can make out a hint of spice, the flavor of an oak barrel, and a distinct earthly aroma. You feel a little more at peace, and you reach the bottom of the glass sooner than you'd like. Use something strong. Sorry, sir, this was the last bottle of that year. What can I say? We're all feeling the brunt of Footfall's showing problems. Okay, well.
Follow my lead! We
So we
shall
got a couple
prevail.
of things. Interesting. Yeah, let's go gruesome kill. That sounds good. I'm gonna do Enduring Shield. That one just makes sense since we use Endure all the time. I think we're gonna do this one. to give her? 'Cause we can give her. Some of this stuff too. Okay, nothing for improving her psycho level yet. Let's do this one. I'm annoyed that we're only able to pick one thing instead of our usual two. Okay, we got a few levels coming up where we can pick two. Interesting. So for that we need what? Death Whisper. Okay, so we got a good amount that we could pick here. I like this one. Keeps her safe. She's more a psyker than anything, so. That's something. Yeah, we should probably do something with this.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Okay, so that's the bar. Go. Shadow quarters. Yes, I'm willing to bet that she wants us to go to this warehouse.
I won't tolerate weakness.
She even brought some of her own men.
The little voices are whispering that there's trouble waiting up ahead. And if you don't take things down a notch, you could be caught with your trousers down. Figuratively or literally, I'm not sure.
Then you'll die quickly.
Are you ready to die?
Thugs, but they got some heavy servitors. Those servitors, I don't think they drop anything. Bandit hitman, okay. Kraticus, we need you to be safe behind cover. Abelard can get up there. Cassia can somewhat get up there. So can Adira. Come on. Or no, that's Cabela. Cabela can get up there. Adira. And Pascal is gonna be here to protect them. There we go. Lidless stare,
If I
unlike
may,
it.
aim for the heart next time.
Hey, we did okay. Let's see. Bella's gonna be moving. Let's put the front line, like, right here.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
And then we will, we can give somebody another, or a shot. This costs nothing. You can put it on the bandit hitman.
Nothing I can't do.
Perfect spot.
Suits my
and
purposes.
Surefire plan. And take a shot.
Not a problem for me.
Ooh, nice. And she's done. Now Adira can put the rear down.
But of course.
Can put this on. Bella.
Was that you? Or
Can lightning.
will do. Very well.
And can put some.
On it.
Make that servitor think of a week here. Bandit hitman? Okay, fine. So we're gonna sworn enemy you.
Victory is imminent. That's not the Seneschal's job.
Oh, can't charge him. Okay, fine. Just walk up to him then.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
And then endure. There
Watch
you
my
go.
back. Going somewhere.
Woohoo! Nice. Psychic Shriek.
Will do.
On the combat
Be
sword.
gone.
Let's get to it.
Okay, Cabela. Oh. Go over here.
I am your blade and shield.
And the swing.
As the tenant. As honor ordained, death is a blessing.
Can I do it
The
here?
shadows will.
That's as far as it
Hold
goes
on.
for this turn. Oh, here comes a guy out of there. There's a few in there. I didn't even notice them. It's okay. Which get.
I'm here, maggot.
Oh, we can put prey on another guy while we're here.
Suits my
Go to the armor
purposes.
bandit. We can
Nothing I can't
Cull
do.
the Bold. We can He doesn't need any of this on him. We'll put this on you.
Suits my purposes.
Do a nice targeted clean shot
Not
on
a
the
problem
bandit.
for me.
And a miss. Oh, Pascal. Maybe you can shotgun him down.
Explorers know one route. Forward. Functions successfully terminated. The ominous riot
Sure,
comes
throw a few things on him. Combat. Oh, nice dodge.
Time to slaughter someone.
Out of my way!
Let's get to it.
Okay, so she got stunned. That guy killed himself, essentially.
I know what is to come.
Yeah, come on, Adira.
Was it you? Or
Will do.
This will get Abelard some help there. Why not?
On it.
I'd rather not.
What?
I will do like one fewer target. Someone else can do this.
Oh, I can't charge him. Ah, I'd have to go around. Okay.
Is that my business?
That's
a
alright.
dance of
Bella's here.
blades and shadows? Killing brings me no pleasure.
I get a do I have line of sight to him? I don't think I do. No, I do not. And I don't there either.
I
That's a
don't
start.
have time for this.
as the tactical imperative dictates. Request approved.
Okay, that was not my intention. My intention was to do this. And then also, Machine Spirit Banishment.
Suffering is part of the trial.
Let's make it quick!
Show me what you've got.
As Jay's people are just
Okay,
fucking...
now I'm really riled up.
Jay's people are just being stupid as hell.
Emperor, give me strength. Help me, Lord Captain!
there's nobody here that would help. Let's throw this on. Where's Cabela? Make Cabela stronger. Let's move the front line onto him.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
I'm not so sure. Cover me! Stop mocking me! What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Ah, there we go. I think the Exalted One. Actually, I just didn't have time to make off with anything yet. Give me 2 minutes, Shireen. I'll deliver the coordinates to my loyal crew, who will deliver my property somewhere safe. And done. We are good. Now, how about we relocate to a more pleasant and private space to discuss the details of our deal, especially payment for your efforts. Well, you're just going to leave your priceless cargo here unattended? Nothing to worry about. After all the ruckus we've caused here, I doubt anyone will go anywhere near the containers. Well, there's no poison gas everywhere. I am, however, infinitely flattered by your concerns for my, now our, property. Okay, let's go. Stop right there in the name of the liege. Your Excellency, please forgive my vehemence. Most noble John Cradicus. I never expected to encounter such eminent persons in this corner of Footfall. Most noble Excellency. I am Vladimir Takara's personal agent. I came here to remove from criminal circulation a shipment, the distribution of which is banned in the lands of Footfall. Horrendous xeno-heresy that has been fraudulently delivered to a bastion of the Holy Imperium. I do not doubt for a moment, most noble John Cradicus, that your presence here is merely a misunderstanding brought about by another's manipulations. It's too great a coincidence that the Legion's representatives should arrive in the Shadow Quarters just after Jay has recovered her rightful spoils. It seems that the guards reported the problems with the shipments over the Vox, and not just to anyone, but to the Legion's personal agent. Vladimir Takara knew about the shipment from the start and planned to take it for himself and get rid of Jay if he could. Behold, the grubby, underhanded struggle between cold traders. And had it not been for your impromptu deal struck at the bar, Vladimir might have succeeded. Let's see. This cargo belongs to Von Valancius dynasty. Is Lord Takara trying to encroach upon the property of a rogue trader? No, no, your lordship. I beg you to forgive this wretched serf. A terrible misunderstanding. 1,000 apologies. I won't disturb you further. I wish I could see Vladim's face when he finds out he almost stepped on the toes of one of the most powerful people in the Expanse. Listen, John, I'm genuinely sorry about this confusion. Vladim and I have had our difficulties, but I never thought he'd want to clean me out and do away with me in some dark corner. At least not so soon. If you hadn't agreed to our deal, Shireen, my gang, and I would already be floating in orbit around one of Footfall's asteroids. Let's see. Tell me the truth about your business and don't leave anything out. Alright then. This isn't my first year in the Expanse. It's been my first year in business. It's not my first year in business either. I've sat at the negotiating table with all sorts, but not just loot hunters or smugglers either, but with Xenos, ones intelligent enough to believe that the mutual benefit was a better outcome of our meeting than mutual destruction. I know that the Ecclesiarchy has what the Ecclesiarchy has to say about that. But speaking from the bottom of my heart, I know where the line is between an ordinary deal and a betrayal of humanity, and I never cross it. I see nothing wrong with making profit where it does no harm to oneself or the Imperium. We think alike, Shireen. Well then, does this mean I can hope for a partnership to continue? Let's see. Rogue Trader could use someone with your talents and connections. I'd like to see you in my retinue. Exalted One bless you and your entire dynasty. I wouldn't say no to marking the occasion properly. It's not every day you embark on a brilliant new business partnership. Doman, it is indeed your wish to let this heretic into your retinue, then allow me to carve a row of service into her tongue. Let the pain prevent her from uttering words of deceit and remind her of obedience. Don't even think about it, you crazed Kashka. Unless you want me to add a few extra bits of lead to the metal adornments of that sulky mug of yours. You sully the Von Valancius name by inviting people like her into your retinue, Lord Captain. The decision is yours, but do not be surprised if unsavory rumors start to spread on Footfall. And while we're at it, Shireen, when were you going to reveal your true identity to me? I am infinitely flattered by your attention, but if I had known I was talking to a rogue trader, not an envoy of one, I would have shown some decorum. You were hardly forthcoming yourself. Neither of us were completely honest. Guilty as charged. You're right on that one, so I guess I'm in no position to criticize. Either way, I'm entirely willing to join your retinue, and from now on my knowledge and experience are be at your disposal. Oh, and one more thing. If you're interested in a rather lucrative offer, one that can give the Von Valancius Protectorate a leg up, I'd say now isn't the time to be thinking about such things, but once we get back to the ship, perhaps you could spare me a minute.
Martyrdom is a reward.
I don't need her in the party right now.
A new challenge for me.
Auto pistols, you guys can go away. Ooh, there you go. Keep that. Yeah, we cleaned this place out already. Okay, so next stop, we need to go to the rest of Footfall.
Victory awaits!
Need to go to Liege's residence. A few things you need to talk to Vladium about. Stuff with Hidari, the Ambers, the quarantine zone, all that fun stuff. Let's see what we can tell him. Where's his door? This one? The DM? Why is there quarantine? Oh, that. Who knows? Could be an actual epidemic. Or perhaps the two families that started it all were just down with food poisoning at the same time. We're on a space station. The best solution here is to isolate the area and wait for the problem to resolve itself. I wish to help the people in the quarantine zone. I will have medicine delivered from my ship. Let's see. Oh, but I wanted to enter it. Can I reload that? I was hoping I could do both.
We must act. Follow my lead.
Yeah, I'm stuck. Wish to enter. Let's see. I'll arrange to clear a passage in the barricade. Okay, thank you. I found and neutralized the Anver's agitator-in-chief. It is a truly outstanding accomplishment, Your Lordship. See, a man who introduced himself as a servant of House Chorda asked to have a word with me, and then, imagine the odds, someone blew his brains out. The Anvers again, I presume. Those anarchical degenerates don't care who they shoot. Be it my servants or yours or those of the employees in House Chorda. I suspect that this agent wished to negotiate a deal that would have you refrain from handing Incendia Chorda's efforts to strangle us with the threat of hunger and demand our obedience. If so, I don't believe I'll be mourning the man's passing very long. Let's see. There's only one person who stood to gain from this murder, you. If you're suggesting that those outlaws were acting on my orders, then I vociferously deny anything of the sort. However, if you are merely alluding to the possibility that someone who cares about Footfall's fate could have started a rumor on the lower levels that House Chorda's agents were looking to assert their authority on Footfall, well, then your suspicions are entirely logical, as was the man's inevitable death at the hands of the Anvers.
None shall stand in my way.
Okay, so now we can go to the quarantine zone. clear a passage through. So here we are, clearing and disarming the mines. I don't know why you're in such a rush to bite it, but none of my business. So does this get me in?
I won't tolerate weakness.
Oh, that's the warehouse. Okay, so I guess I can't go in yet. They're working on it. Come back later. See if that, let's go to the Void Dock. For 2 reasons. One is to talk to the Proctor, and the other is to go back to the ship and get Argenta so we can talk to, our man.
A new challenge for me?
Hey, Heinrichs. Lord Captain. Honored interrogator, what a surprise. Did you perchance leave something in your cabin? Not at all, First Officer Viserion. I'm not in the habit of leaving a trail, but I thank you for your concern. What do I have the pleasure of your latest visit? Only to our mutual duty to humanity. It is that duty that demands that I disturb your peace once more. I was able to contact my mentor and report the tragic events that transpired on Rycat Minoris. I also received some information from my agents regarding the movements and actions of enemies of humanity, including the Xenos that we're assuming were involved in the theft of the star. According to their findings, the threat now hangs over other worlds. This time yours, Lord Captain. By the order of Lord Inquisitor Xavier Calcazar, whose duty is to stand sentinel over the Coronis Expanse, the rogue trader of House von Valancius is to take on board the agent of the Most Holy Inquisition and provide escort and support in deeds great and small that serve to safeguard the territories of the Imperium against its enemies. This decree is effective immediately upon announcement and remains in effect until decided otherwise by His Excellency Calcazar. All I got from that is ridding ourselves of the snitch won't be easy. What exactly causes you to rejoin my crew? The cause is the activity of humanity's enemies, including the cult of the Final Dawn. In my absence, the situation in the Coronis Expanse has changed. I have received an extensive report from my agents. The heresy has taken root in the region where the Von Valancius worlds lie. You probably already know about the fate of the industrial world of Kiava Gamma. If not, then I will share what details I know, but not here. Better talk on board where we will not be overheard. I, rogue trader John Kraticus von Valancius, welcome the agent to the Golden Throne aboard my ship and take on the responsibility of assisting in the fight against the evil that threatens humanity. An answer befitting a righteous servant of the Emperor. Master von Kalox. Since you are with us once more, I do hope you'll find time to finish our conversation about the literary works of Kron Haller the Blessed. I'll make every effort, Lady Arcelio. I must also deliver this to you. The Lord Inquisitor specified that the contents of this envelope are for your eyes only. I would ask you to read it as soon as you have the time. That is everything for the time being. Are you headed to the ship, or do you still have business on Footfall? Whatever the case, I can either wait for you on board or accompany you as part of your writ. No, we don't need you at the moment, buddy.
Victory awaits!
Let's see. That's the refugees. Aren't we supposed to find the proctor here? Anyway, let's go talk to the refugee. Let's see. The refugees from Cavagam are looking at you, some with apprehensive frowns, some with unconcealed gratitude. Let's see. I need information. What happened on Cavagam and how did you end up here? We told you everything back in the square. Things are rough on Cavagam. Maybe there isn't even a Cavagam anymore. The planet was attacked by a horde of heretics. They shouted unholy prayers and cut down people left and right. We heard everything from orbit, listening to one voxcast after another. We realized there wasn't anyone left to save, so we thought we'd run. But then it was like our crew went mad somehow. The captain smashed his own head against a cogitator, and so did half the other officers. Everyone who survived did their best to steer the ship to the warp, and here we are. Only 3 ships made it out alive, ours being one of them. We don't know what happened to the other 2. They never made it to Footfall. Maybe they disappeared in the warp, or maybe something else happened to them. The first beast, its body wounded, crawled into a hole under the palace of an eminent lord. The second beast, its skin and ulcers, perished in an asteroid grave. The third beast, its essence cursed, is curled up in the glow of a yellow sun. Came of the ship that you used to get here. Apologies, we couldn't save it. The ship was damaged during the escape. We're lucky it got us all the way to Footfall. It's at the far docks, but there isn't much use for it anymore. It doesn't look like it's going to fly anywhere, and the local collegers have already removed some of the valuable parts. You can send your people to take apart whatever is left, scavenge some components. Nice. A map of the Expanse has revealed to me before the Sea of Souls rolled and tangled with the paths. How did you desperate ones reach Footfall all the way from the Kranich system without a navigator? Please forgive my worthless words. We were feeling our way in the dark, you could say. All we had was some old maps. We prayed to the God Emperor day and night while our helmsman plotted the course. A miracle it must have been, your lordship. I'll leave them be.
It's about time.
Here, let's head back to the ship. Real quick. To get Argenta. At the very least. We'll just get Argenta. Got some cutscene here. Stop cutting yourself. Lord Captain, the inspection of the ship systems is complete. The tech priests are reporting the machine spirits are calm and satisfied. Everything is ready for onward travel, except there is an issue you must be made aware of. I have been studying the records left by the vessel's previous navigator. I wanted to double-check the route to Dargonis and discovered that it does not match the one recorded in the Atlas. It is more than a minor warp malfunction. It is more than a minor warp fluctuation. The route has been wiped out and can no longer be used for traveling. To make matters worse, I started checking the paths around the Atlas, one after the other, and saw the same thing everywhere. Warp is roiling with an ominous storm, bursting with vivid and screaming colors. It will not hinder our movement, but all previous knowledge is now utterly useless. Warp storms are our enemies, just like heretics and demons. It is a shame that they can't be dispersed with a flamer or a bolter. We are now most certain that problems with the astropathic communication in the Cronus Expanse are no coincidence. There is a warp disturbance, said the Waylord Captain. It is swallowing messages and disrupting familiar routes. This means you need to locate the key worlds of the Von Valancius Protectorate as soon as possible. I'm talking about Janus, Dargonis, and Cavagam. Charting new routes so they can be reached and restoring control will be the next necessary step. What would the consequences be? World deprived of connection to its neighboring systems and the Cronus Expanse's infrastructure can only rely on itself. Their capabilities are often limited. For example, Janus does not have a fleet of its own. Pirates, cultists, heretics, Xenos, anyone could prey on them on the helpless planet. The loss of communication is a threat to your position. A rogue trader with no protectorate to back them is one that grows weaker by the day. Voxmaster is entirely correct. Your rogue trader John Cradicus von Valancius, the successor to Theodora von Valancius, one of the few influential women this side of the Maw. But you are also new to the business of governing. Many will doubt your competence and try to carve up your protectorate so they can snatch a piece of it for themselves. It is important to show your potential allies and foes that you are in control of the situation, which is why the sooner we reclaim these lost worlds, the better. If the faithless decide that your worlds are easy prey, that is good. You'll find enough enemies in your domain then, and we will kill them. The Undying One will look upon us with approval. Tell me about Janus. The surface of Janus was altered extensively so the planet could be designated as an agri-world. It is a powerful food base, capable of supplying the burgeoning protectorate and exporting provisions to the outer worlds at the same time. Jesus, I should go back to bed. Janus owes much of its prosperity to the governor house of Vyat. Under his leadership, the world has grown ever more prosperous year after year, securing shipments and taxes while keeping the workforce tightly controlled. Well, Calvagama. Industrial world Calvagama is being managed by the governor house of Gaprak and supplies your protectorate with rare mineral resources. Additionally, the planet features an Adeptus Mechanicus Manufactorum that processes materials and prepares them for shipment. I testify that Calvagama is a world marked by the Omnicized patronage. By his grace, the manufactorums of the colony are inhabited by committed and industrious machine spirits. Mistress Ptolemy neglected to mention that the Calvagama Manufactorum also supplies heavy machinery from forage harvesters to vessel systems and components. You display commendable knowledge of our world's manufacturing capabilities, Von Kalox. Pleased to be of service. And what about Dargonus? Dargonus is the heart and soul of your protectorate. It's where the main administrative resources and storage facilities are, and so the Von Valancius Palace. So if you'd like to know, this is where you'll publicly accept the title of Rogue Trader. Dargonus is a major administrative hub that runs the cargo fleet and keeps track of finances. Abelard, what's your opinion here? Discovering the agro world will supply your protectorate with something none of your servants can do without: sustenance. The importance of basic supplies should not be underestimated. Just look at Footfall in its current pitiful state. On the other hand, I am concerned by the rumors concerning Calvagama. There have been no problems on Janus for many years, but something is very wrong with the industrious world right now. Delay may cost us the entire planet. I trust you not. I do not have to explain the capital world. Losing it would make us the laughingstock of the other dynasties. Besides, the loss of chronicles and ledgers would spell a bureaucratic catastrophe. So all three systems are equally vital in the Protectorate. It falls to you to decide which should be brought into the fold before the rest, Captain. Very well. Any other issues? That is all, Lord Captain. Okay, that's good. Lord Captain, we are once again within reach of the Von Valancius Protectorate. Of utmost urgency is restoring communication with your planets and bestowing the wisdom of your decrees upon the stewards. Developing colonies... Yeah, okay. Atrium, but we gotta change our party at least a little. Need Argenta. I think we can take out Abelard for now, just to get her in there. But yeah, I think it is early. I think I have to go back to bed. So once we get out of here, let's save, and I'll come back after I get some more sleep.
I tire of idleness.
The Emperor sets my
I
path.
suppose we can do this too. The versatility thing is important for them, so we'll do that. Oops. Wrong one. Save. Okay, that's it. So, next time on Rogue Trader, hopefully later today, we will go talk to Doloroso now that we have Argenta. We also have to still talk to the Proctor.
I'm restless. I woke up with a feeling of wonder, as if a field of flowers was blossoming nearby. A child was saved from death.
I'll
A
lay
thousand
claim to the
heretics were
stars.
burning alive.
Yeah.
begging and howling.
Quiet, please. Is there a, map inventory journal? Settings? There are settings anywhere? Options. Can we at least turn it down a little bit? Yeah, let's save again. Okay, so yeah. Next time on Rogue Trader, we will go talk to some more people, because we still need to find the Proctor. We still need to talk to Doloroso, and then we'll see what else we still need to do here. So, as usual, this is John Crate signing out.